How's it going, everybody? We're gonna set up a skateboard today. But I wanted to show first, we signed Chris Colbert. 24 out of 250. I'd also like to show this. My brother bought it for me when I was like 13 for a birthday present. Nice, brother. I found a website online, cheapest skateboard I ever bought. You think like an element board, go for $50, $54, $60. All these decks by Element for $16 a board. $16 a deck. We're gonna set this one up today. Element hardware. I think that's glow grip tape. What you're gonna need to set up a skateboard, a skate tool would be ideal. But if you don't have a skate tool for the hardware, most hardware is a Phillips head. If it's something else, hopefully you have it. Phillips, and you use a ratchet, some sort of socket. This one's a 3/8 socket. And you're gonna need a utility knife. We're gonna take the plastic off the deck. If there's plastic on the new ones, take it off. Make sure it's all bare and clean. Make sure you have a good dog to help. Make sure she's supervising you're doing everything right. You take the grip tape and you gotta peel back. My daughter's sleeping right now, so I'm trying to be kind of quiet. And you gotta try to line it up. Perfect. You want to try not to get bubbles. Normally what I do is I just hold on with my thumb and my pointer finger, and I use my thumb to kind of line up the nose and the tail. And I kind of just eyeball it. Stick it. And then I work my way from the tail.
Stop slapping me.
Nose. Doesn't have to be perfect. So you want to pat it on, you're good. Try to make sure you don't get any bubbles. If it happens, it's alright. I've been skateboarding for like 13 years. I've been doing grip tape probably for at least 8 of those 13 years. And you still mess up, you're still probably mess up, so don't even worry about it. You get the grip tape on, take your utility knife. Not knife safety, but you're supposed to cut away from yourself. So you want to cut a piece off. You might have to do it a couple times. And it's going to be loud. I'm going to tell you. You got to go along the edge of the deck. Outline your edge. Now you see where you got to cut. And it's all outlined, it's all tamped down good. So you take your utility knife here. And again, you're supposed to cut away from yourself and cut very nicely, but kind of dangerous. So you're going to want to go from under and add a little bit of an angle so that it goes along the board nice and smooth. Something like that. You can go a little bit more straight up if you wanted to. Depends on how you want it, because if you go too much of an angle, you're going to get too much of the top of the deck showing. But if you go a little bit more straight, you'll get it perfectly along the wood. But you also want to be careful, because, like I said, if you leave overhang, your grip tape's going to pull back off. You just kind of wiggle it in. Don't cut yourself. These pieces come in handy, don't throw them out right away. Put your knife away safely, out of reach of children or dogs or anything else, your local house mouse, whatever. Whoever might want to come after you in the middle of the night because you killed all the little mouse siblings and now it's out for vengeance. You're going to want to go back along really rough and lock so that it kind of seams it down to the board. And this is where multiple pieces of this will come in handy. board. All that will come right off, all the dust. When you skate, depending on where you skate, if you have real nice parks like in Las Vegas or something, your board probably won't get dirty, but if you're like me, you're living in the country in New York and back roads and not really in skate parks, your grip's gonna get dirty. So, now you have a grip board, but you're missing one step. So now would be a good time to take your hardware, cut that open, just take out. You go on the other side of the board. It's not the best way of doing it, this is the way that I do it. Or I guess, a better way could be a screw. Might be a little bit sharper and a bit of a cleaner job going through. So now that you got all that out, you want to check the top. Some might be perfect. Some of these came out really perfect. Some might still have a little piece on there. So what you can do is take your knife and kind of edge around it. Kind of like that, without cutting yourself. Your poor wife's probably bored filming on the couch. So it pops up, just kind of trying to push it back into the board. Now you don't have to do this, but it is a good way to ensure your hardware goes in nicely. It locks in tight. Might go faster for some people. You don't have to do that. And once you cut that out, push it back in. You're gonna put your hardware in there anyway. But that will help so that the hardware gets into the board a little bit better. Because if you over tighten it, it might sink in. This will help. So now you're gonna go to your trucks. I don't know if this hardware is honestly big enough for the trucks that I have. Might have to use different hardware. These are independents. They got pig wheels. You can use spacers. That will help to avoid pressure cracks in the board. Some people use it, some people don't. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. Hopefully this hardware is long enough. See? Can't even see the hardware. You always want to make sure that you get long enough hardware. If your hardware is too short, you can always try to take the spacer off, then you can get a knot on there. If you have other hardware, this one's probably like a 1/16 of an inch bigger. So I'm just gonna run this without spacers, and you might get cracks easier. So you're gonna want to keep your fingers on here to hold the bolts down. I crisscross them, that way the truck stays on and doesn't move around on you. If you don't know, if you never had a daddy that taught you, righty tighty, lefty loosey, so you want to make sure that you're spinning the right way. Or if you grew up without a daddy or however, you know, I'm not judging, no judgment here. Here to help. If you have any questions, you will tighten it up. I said you want to try not to over tighten it. Tighten it down pretty good snug to where the bolt starts to sink into the board a little bit. Where if you move your finger over it, you won't feel the bolt. But you don't want to sink it in too far. Another way I like to do is to tighten it all the way until I see the bolt start to come out of the knot. You want to try to make sure your truck's straight. That way your board's not trying to run you either left or right going down the road. Try to make sure you got that truck on a straight line. Screwdriver, steady if you have a ratchet like this. And use the ratchet to suck it in. That's what it should look like. The truck should be facing with the nut and the bolt towards the middle of the board, not the opposite way. That's the wrong way. So now your board should be set up and be ready to skate. Get out there and practice. Get out there and get it. Don't ever give up. Don't ever give up. You know, if you're out there kick flipping, someone's making fun of you, just keep kick flipping. Keep trying that ollie. Don't ever give up on it. If you're doing it, if you're a young audience, and you're skateboarding, don't give up on it. If you're passionate about it, keep doing it. Do what you love. Don't ever give up on what you love doing. Don't ever let anybody tell you anything different or drag you down the wrong path or have you do something else or say you're never gonna make it. Always choose to believe in yourself. I believe in you. Keep pushing. Mongo, regular push. I don't care if you're a Mongo pusher, that's fine. I push Mongo and switch. Goofy, regular. I'm a goofy skater. My best friend growing up was regular. He didn't care. We were like Zeke and Luther.
Wait, don't tell me, dude, you won't believe what happened. Yes, no, maybe. Don't forget that I'm a genius. Are you crazy?
That Disney XD show, you know what I mean? Inseparable. You got a buddy like that, it makes it 10 times better. But if you're alone, don't give up on it either. Sometimes it's better skating alone anyways. You get a lot on your mind. You can get it off your mind. You just have a good time, you know? Don't ever give up on it. Stay skating. It's worth it. It's awesome. It's an awesome thing. If you got the talent for it, or even if not, enough practice, you could do it. And you could be good at it. So get out there. Right, dog? Get out there and do it. Maybe one day you'll be having signed decks you're selling to people. Or maybe you got an awesome brother who gets you boards. Be positive about it. Most importantly, do it safely. Whether you wear a helmet or not. Don't ever have someone peer pressure you into doing something you don't think you're capable of doing. I'd say it's always good to get a warm-up in before having a serious session. Warm up first. If you're trying a stairs or rail or something, just take your time, be patient with it, figure it out. Don't rush into it. You're gonna get hurt probably. You're gonna get hurt regardless. Even the best skateboarders in the world, they get hurt all the time. It's best if you can reduce the risk of injuries in skateboarding. I've never broken a bone, but I've surely screwed up some muscles because I screwed up my wrist really bad, went up the top of a quarter pipe, fell all the way down on my wrist. I never went to the hospital for it. And 5 years later, my wrist still hurts. Also my ankle, I've rolled it many times, my left one. Left wrist, left ankle, both are screwed up, and I never went and got them checked out. So, if you get hurt, it's always best to go check it out if you think it's bad, or if you don't think it's bad, sometimes it's best to get checked out. So just be safe about it. Skate at your own risk. Do what you know you can do, and yes, you're supposed to push your boundaries, but just do it wisely and safely. So.